Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, according to BoxingScene.com, there is a potential big fight on the horizon at the 154-pound division, and that is Jaron Boots Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz. Now, we know that Turki Al-Sheikh has ties to Matchroom Promotion, also ties to Golden Boy Promotion, and they are discussing the potential for this fight during Riyadh season in February of 2025. Now, that's something for me that I'm certainly intrigued by. There have been a lot of people interested in this fight for quite some time since both fighters were at 147 pounds. Now, we have heard from the Jaron Boots Ennis camp that they were interested in unifying at 147 pounds. Recently, they have been required to fight Karen, I don't want to even try to pronounce his last name, but in basically a rematch of a fight that, Ennis won every round, and I don't think a lot of people are interested in. But recently they've stated that if they cannot get the opportunity to fight the other champions at 147 pounds, then potentially they're going to move up to 154. Now, there have been a lot of detractors of Jaron Boots Ennis, basically saying that he should move up to 154 pounds and not worry and concern himself about 147. That 154 is where the real players are. And if he's really, truly interested in making a name in the sport, he would move up to 154. So this should be welcomed by many boxing fans, no matter who you are, no matter what fighter you support. You should be welcoming the opportunity to see Jaron Boots Ennis move up to 154 and face Vergil Ortiz. Now, a lot of you know that Vergil Ortiz is one of my favorite fighters. Didn't look as good in his last fight against Boychuk. I think a lot of people felt that Boychuk pulled that one out. And quite honestly, I can't necessarily disagree. But if they were to make this fight, I think it's another big fight. I think Vergil is not going to take someone like Jaron Ennis lightly. I think he probably took Boychuk a little bit lightly. In regards to what Boychuk brought, and I think he unloaded too quickly in that fight and gassed towards the middle and late rounds. He wouldn't do that against a Jaron Ennis. I think he'd be definitely tighter in his game, and I think he'd put on a better display and performance against Jaron Boots Ennis. But in the event that these two fighters were to face each other at 154, that opens it up for sure. I would be interested in seeing any one of these fighters fight any of the current champions at 154 pounds. We got currently Fundora as the WBO and the WBC champion. We have Brakram as the IBF, and we have Terrence Crawford as the WBA. So any of those fights would be quite interesting if they were to fight. Just looking up some of the rankings here currently. Let's see. And I want to see where my good friend Vergil Ortiz is currently ranked. By the WBA, Vergil Ortiz. Let's see. Interesting. I do not see Vergil Ortiz ranked by the WBA at all. Yeah, he's not ranked by the WBA. Let's see the WBC rankings. Let's see what he's ranked by the WBC. Vergil Ortiz is ranked. Let's see. Here we go. Vergil Ortiz. So Sebastian Fundora is a champion. Vergil Ortiz is ranked. Man, I don't see Vergil Ortiz ranked by the WBC either. Wow, they currently have Errol Spence Jr. ranked number 1, but not ranked at all. Wow, that's actually quite interesting. Let's see where he's ranked by the WBO. I did not realize that he wasn't in any of these rankings. That's quite interesting. Let's see. WBO rankings. I don't see the WBO rankings here. Let's see, WBO. Man, they got this so small you can barely freaking see it. Let me increase the size on this. So, WBO. I don't see Vergil Ortiz ranked on this either. Now, this is odd. Maybe I'm. Sorry, no. This is the wrong one. So here we go. Vergil Ortiz. I don't see Vergil Ortiz on the WBO. Damn, is he ranked? All right, IBF rankings. Last one, IBF. Is Vergil Ortiz ranked by the IBF? Good Lord. He doesn't seem to be ranked by anybody. Okay, here we go. Junior middleweight. Champion is Bakram. And I don't see Vergil Ortiz here either. I don't know. It doesn't seem like Vergil Ortiz is ranked by anyone, so that's quite interesting. I did not realize he was not ranked at junior middleweight at all. Bakram is number one by the IBF. The number one and number two slots are open. Erickson Lubin is number 3. Tim Tszyu 4. Josh Kelly, Xander Zayas, Callum Walsh, Jesus Ramos, Andrea Holmes Jr., Sudeep Singh Bhatti, Jorge Garcia Perez, Abbas Barro, Nikita Tszyu, Usama Lima, and Charles Conwell. There is no wow. Regardless, this will still be an interesting fight between these two individuals, something that I would look forward to, and something that I believe personally would put Jaron Ennis in a good position at the 154-pound division. Now, he's currently the IBF champion. I would imagine if he moved up, he would get ranked fairly quickly. I don't believe he would get ranked at the top of the list. I know a lot of people always talk about Jaron Ennis moving up and facing the IBF champion as though the rules from the WBO apply to everybody. Those rules only exist for the WBO. Just because you're a champion in other classifications, it does not give you the right to move up and immediately become the mandatory like we see for the WBO. So he wouldn't just be able to move up and fight Bakram immediately. However, there would be an opportunity, I believe, for him to be a high-ranking contender at 154 pounds. Definitely in the top 5. I think they would move him at least in the top 5. So that would be interesting for him. And then we can see where he can position himself after that. So you all tell me what you think in the comment section in regards to this fight. I'm surprised that I cannot find Vergil Ortiz ranked by any of these sanctioning bodies. Maybe I'm not looking at it correctly. You guys let me know what I am missing here in regards to this, if I am missing something. But yeah, don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast, AM Sports Media, and I am out.